Hi Libra parents, welcome to your extended monthly reading for July 2023. Before we jump in, just want to remind everybody that there is a full supermoon in Capricorn happening at the beginning of the month. And although full moons are a time of releasing, as we culminate our manifesting from the month, this month really is ushering in a lot of new energy as we release some old energy. I am recommending, especially too with air signs, to really be mindful of how much we are spending time on social media, because the influence of the internet communication can unfortunately really affect where the direction in which our energy is moving. And right now we really want to be connected to that forward moving energy and transforming out with the old and with the new is what I'm telling everybody. The old foundations are crumbling, and instead of focusing on that, it's important to really focus on that new energy that's coming in. So and again, too, you know, being Libras, you are social justice warriors and you want everything to be fair and balanced, and totally understand that. But to have faith that that energy is coming in, and sometimes things need to come to light for people to see it. When I was doing readings in 2020, or actually 2019, I was reminding everybody that 2020 was going to bring in 2020 vision. However, people, you know, were taking that as this really positive and like everything was going to be roses. But 2020 vision means you're seeing everything for how it really is. So just keep that in mind. People's eyes were opened, and it's a process, and we are getting to that energy and we are shifting that energy. But 2020 vision means you see things for what it is. And now that we do, we have the power to shift it into fairness, balance, equality, and a high vibration society. So keep focused on that energy, Libras, when you're feeling a bit frazzled. And yeah, I mean, the shuffle is saying right away, you got the Tower and the King of Cups in my shuffle, and really got to stay focused on your regulating your emotions at this time. And again, if you focus too much on what's crumbling, you are unfortunately going to attach yourself to that energy, and that is the last thing you want at this time as we are welcoming in what is meant for us. All right. So, so for the month of July, the energy for the month of July is the Hermit. So what I was just saying about staying off of social media as much as you can, this card is really signifying, further emphasizing that. So you're really getting that emphasis to really go within this month. Stop focusing so much on everything that's going on around you, and focus on your own personal well-being, because like I said, the air signs, they're really gonna pick up on that energy, even though it's in Capricorn and that's an earth sign. Like I said, with social media being connected to air and air signs, it's going to be really easy to let that stuff attach to you too much. So really pay attention to what you're paying attention to. And also just remember, like, the journey is the destination. So again, knowing that all of these things that are happening, we can't see right in front of what's happening, but it's all happening for a reason. Like if you're seeing stuff and you're saying, you know, this isn't fair, this isn't just, and then now we're seeing, I mean, people were under the illusion that things were fair and just, and it's really coming to light. So just hang on during this shift, because good things are coming. And like right now we're going to be at a crossroads. So all the old foundations and structures are crumbling, and it's bringing in this new energy. You don't want to be focused on this energy. You want to be focused on this energy. So stay really on that mindset of not staying attached to the things that are collapsing. Okay, so what you need more of right now is the Page of Cups. So the cups are always connected to our emotions. I like to connect the cups specifically to our children. So when I see a page in a reading, it definitely connects to our children or a child in our life that is really important to us. And this card is reminding us to allow ourselves to enjoy the simple pleasures in life. I connect this to if things are getting to be too much and too heavy, going out and doing things that you liked in, as a child, spending time with your children, connecting to that lighthearted, emotionally fulfilled energy. I really see this too in the fall, taking some sort of spontaneous kind of trip that can emotionally fulfill you and bring joy to a child that's special in your life. And right now you've been balancing a lot of different things, right? And we have to be mindful of, even if you're great at multitasking, even if you're great on taking a lot of projects all at once, are we doing this to avoid some sort of internal battle or conflict that we don't want to bring attention to? Again, going back to this Hermit card being here, we really need to go inside right now and unearth any wounds that are still stuck from, I'm indicating from childhood here. So yeah, well, along with those old structures that are collapsing, old belief systems that we've had are going to begin to collapse too. Ways that, we always had a certain way of operating or seeing the world, thinking about others. Those things are going to really start to bubble to the surface. And especially when it comes to the wounded child in front of us. If there's any wounded child energy in you, it's gonna show itself regardless of how much you want to keep yourself busy. And the more you distract yourself, the more intense this energy is gonna get. And this is definitely an internal battle that I'm feeling, because again, even if you're having a battle with someone else on, in your personal life, the choice is yours on how you're reacting to that. So, I mean, if you're ignoring it by staying busy, it's just going to get more and more intense. So really focus on why you're doing what you're doing. And again, there's nothing wrong with multitasking and having that as a wonderful skill. But if you are avoiding this, it's really time for us to go within and tackle that energy, because there's something that you need to face. And along with that, we have the Five of Cups. So we really need to learn to accept that what happened already happened, okay? And I've been mentioning this a lot in July's readings, that we are going to be seeing a lot of victimhood. And I mean, we already see victimhood everywhere. And it's not saying that you're not a victim. It's the idea of making your whole identity about victimhood and not empowerment. So we really need to shift from this energy of what's broken and really focus on what we still have, because this energy is not going to serve us well. And I always suggest that people listen to astrologer Pam Gregory. In her full moon reading, she emphasized the importance of being a co-creator with the universe and not a victim of the universe. And so we always have to remember that the choice is ours. It's not saying that there's not time to grieve. There's not time to feel the hurt. And no matter what the situation is where you have been victimized in your life, there's a time where we need to really shift that perspective and turn those disappointments into stepping stones. Turn whatever happened to you into something that's empowering. So if there is some sort of way that you've been mistreated or wronged or betrayed, shifting that into how you can empower others. I know Libra got this. I feel like it was in one of your weeklies about empowering yourself to empower others. Yeah, it was the end of July, end of June, beginning of July reading. So this is really focusing on that, because by you empowering yourself, you have no idea how many people you're going to empower by letting go of this energy. We don't want this energy in our life, okay? But the only way we are going to shift that energy is by taking this time here to address this conflict inside. Because if you notice, it's all rooted in the same place. So if we can get to the root of that problem, it's really going to help clear that energy. And obviously, again, the full moon, perfect time to ask the universe for questions from our dreams, because that is the best way to connect to your subconscious, to see where those blocks are and how to release them. Okay, and what we need to accept right now is the Hanging Man, because you might feel at a standstill right now, or that things are stuck. But in these moments, it's not about feeling stuck or that things aren't moving forward. These moments are given to us to pause and to reflect and shift our perspective, and to let go, and to rethink how we see ourselves and how we see our path in life. So try to look at things from a new perspective this month. Again, there's two sides to every coin. So taking that time to see things from all perspectives is really important. And by doing that work, we're really going to get into move into August with some more clarity. And July, again, too, being Cancer season, at least the majority of it, Cancer season, we really have an opportunity to connect to our emotions and clear up whatever is happening. So instead of seeing him stuck, see him more in a state of reflection, because time is an illusion. Time in this area is like suspended. So really just go within and let go of whatever this is, by taking advantage of this standstill time, this in-between time, because it's like you're leaving one identity or one mindset and shifting to something else, okay? And this shift feels like it's happening from July to August. So you want to embrace that shift and know that that shift is happening. You're not stuck, you're shifting. But the only way you're shifting is if you actually take the steps to shift that energy by clearing this, okay? Okay, and then where things are heading at the end of July and into August is to really understand. And so with all this work, like I said, this stuff is going to get unearthed. So when this gets unearthed and we finally accept to go within and find whatever it is causing some negative patterns in our life, we're going to be confronted with our subconscious, our shadow side, our fears. And I do believe that this is going to be somehow connected to some childhood wounds that we need to learn to accept and let go of, because no matter what's happened in the past, it is in the past. So however we're dealing with it now is a choice that we are making, okay? And so just keep that in mind when we're going into August. If you're still lingering in this turmoil, just know that you have the ability to do some shadow work. And if you're interested in that, I mean, there's so many videos in books to go into it. I mean, empower yourself to look into these things on your own. And the devil is connected to Capricorn. And like I said, that full moon that is in the beginning of July is probably going to really unearth, also high connected to Earth, Capricorn, really unearth these hidden triggers, this hidden low vibration, stuck energy. It's becoming a battle within. And again, you gotta empower yourself. You're meant to empower yourself. You're not meant to be this person in this life, okay? Libras, just remember that you're meant to empower yourself. You're meant to not be holding these cups in fear. You're meant to be holding them high and proud with your head up and empowering others so that they can see, wow, if they can get out of this and step into something empowering, so can I. So look at yourself in the mirror and see that energy. See that you are here for a purpose to shift other people's energy into something better. But that is going to come from doing shadow work. And if you can see too, the Fool here, he's scared to look at the devil, right? He's scared of, I mean, in the devil too, they encompass temptation, seduction, all these things, that materialistic world. And again, Capricorn, this Capricorn full moon, a lot of those old foundations are crumbling. So how can we shift this energy from fear to empowerment? So really focus on that when it comes to the material world. How can you shift fears and negative thinking of the material world into something positive and empowering? Okay, so I am going to next pull a past life card for you. Now, these past life cards, they can be connected to your past life before children entered your life, or they can be connected to an actual past life before this lifetime, but take it as it resonates. And let's see what energy is going to help empower Libras to go within and what energy I'd say is connected to what is needed to be released for Libras. Okay. Interesting. All right. So Libras, your past life energy card is male, female. So this card signifies that you've lived most of your lives as a different gender than the one you embody in this life. For example, you may now be living as a female, while in most of your previous lifetimes you were a male. In such cases, gender confusion and even health issues are often related to this change of gender over lifetimes. Because most of your lifetimes you lived as the other sex, you may not feel comfortable in your own skin. If this is your first lifetime as a woman, you may even develop certain health issues. And this card is asking you to have compassion for yourself and trust that your soul is doing the best it can. Remember that your soul is the result of your past experiences. Okay, so if this is having to do with your identity and somehow trying to suppress some part of your identity and who you are, you're not meant to be doing that, Libras, okay? You're meant to be embracing the energy that's been gifted to you. And if you aren't comfortable in your skin, how can you find comfort in being who you are? Are you being who you are? Or are you being how you think people want to see you? So that's something really to think about as we do this introspective work is, are we doing the things we're doing because we want to do them or because we feel not in control of our own identity? So definitely got to ponder that. So now let's pull a question that can empower Libras for July 2023. Okay. Let's see here. All right, one empowering question for Libras. One empowering question. All right. So the question that's going to empower you, Libras, is what is it that fascinates me so much that the thought or feeling of it won't leave me alone? How do I put this feeling into action right now? So this can connect to whatever it is that we maybe are scared to face or scared to see or scared to embrace. I really feel like this isn't necessarily so much of being a scared to see, but a scared to embrace. So what is it that we're scared to embrace from our shadow side, from our subconscious, from our childhood? Really ponder that this weekend when you are, please, when you, I hope, take this time to really go inside and reflect on that. All right, along with all of this, now that we know this is connected to some sort of identity crisis, let's see what crystal is going to help Libras navigate and find a way to clear energy blocking Libras from living their life the way they want to do it. All right. So the crystal that you're recommended to have for the month of July is pyrite, which is the spark of life. So if you have been feeling just like that spark isn't there and like you're just doing a bunch of stuff to stay busy and just go through life, carry around some pyrite with you. Have it in your house, next to your bed, next to where you work, and find some ways to ask for that spark to come back into your life. And that spark is probably going to be connected to something that we've been suppressing. So I am going to do one last clarifying card just to further emphasize your energy for the month of July 2023 for Libras. All right, 2023 Libras, last clarifying card. All righty, so the clarifying card, I can't remember who got this, but somebody recently got this too. It's the Six of Swords. So you are leaving something behind, okay? And like I said, it feels almost as if you're leaving one identity behind and coming to a new, like you're at this crossroads right now of this energy. And again, we don't want to be stuck with the energy that's behind here because we don't want to be staying there. We want to move forward with that forward moving energy. And I love that this is connected to water because water and air, they know how to flow. So we really have to let go of these swords and move forward. And don't let those old ways of thinking be attached to you because, again, like I said, with the old foundations, old belief patterns too we're going to be leaving behind if we accept the challenge to embrace this new energy that's coming in and do the work that's required to make that shift. And the work doesn't have to feel hard or overwhelming. It can be something that, you know, once we put it into our routine, we don't even think about it. So just remember that you're in control of your destiny. And like I said, we are at a turning point, and that's the whole, like I said, turning points is when we have this feeling, this suspension, that if we're looking at it negative, we're stuck. But if we look at it in the positive that it's meant to be, it's a time for us to figure out the best way to move forward and to actually do the work. So don't see this as a negative. You know, you have to take charge of your life. And again, going back to children, we are an example for the children that are in our lives. So ask yourself, would you want your child to stay stuck in negativity? Absolutely not. So how are you going to empower yourself so that you can empower your kids, and then they can empower their kids, and, you know, on and on and on. And don't be afraid of this new shift of energy, because it's turning problems to success. So just keep that in mind. But again, most important thing is that you are in control of your destiny, Libras. It's all about the choices we make. So I highly recommend you make the choice to go within this month and enjoy the journey, because that's the destination, Libras, okay? And embrace releasing whatever it is that we feel afraid to share with the world. So I hope this reading resonated with you, Libras. If it did, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to Modern Maven Tarot. And don't forget to check your sun, moon, and rising for a more in-depth look. And also, too, if there's a specific planet where you're feeling stuck, for instance, you know, if you're having trouble with communication, check what sign is in Mercury and watch that video. If you need to attack, like let's say too, these fears, these hidden fears, see what sign is connected to Saturn, because Saturn is our blocks and our fears. So watch whatever sign is connected to your Saturn to get further insights on unlocking, unblocking, whatever it is going on there. And prepare for the month to be a lot of inner work, but for liberating work that is going to transform into empowering you and making your life better than you could have imagined. So have a wonderful July, and thanks for tuning in, Libras.